You probably heard people saying, negotiation is a win-win process. I must win and the other guy must win, or at least feel that he has won. But must you always try to win? In the next few minutes, you will discover that there are always 4 possible outcomes to any negotiation. Win-win, win-lose, lose-win, and lose-lose. At which should you aim? On the face of it, aiming at the first 2 outcomes, where you are the winner, makes sense. Apparently, you should not aim at outcomes where you are a loser. However, are these appearances true? Hi, I'm Henk Botha. People often call me by my nickname, the Negotiation Advocate, because I specialize in negotiations and negotiation training, while I am also an advocate of the High Court of South Africa. Let's think about the possible outcomes of negotiation. First, I win, you win. A true win-win. People often compare negotiation with a game, like tennis, soccer, or chess. A player uses tactics to gain the advantage. Each tries to outfox the other. Each wants to win. There are always a winner and a loser. However, is negotiation a game? In a truly successful negotiation, both sides win. A negotiator cares about the other person's interests. Plainly, negotiation is not a game, but a method to make a solid, profitable decision. Although both sides win in a successful negotiation, it does not mean that they win equally. In other words, the exchange does not have to be equal. The thirsty man in the desert, for instance, with $100 in his pocket, will easily part with the money for a glass of water. At that moment, the money as such does not have value to him. The glass of water does. Although the exchange is unequal, it still is fair. He had the choice not to trade the money for the water. Similarly, the other person may decide to drink the water instead of selling it for $100. Persons negotiate for mutual gain, not equal gain. This means that both sides get some things they need. There are no absolute winners or losers. Our mutually beneficial agreement may serve as the basis for future negotiations between us. Moreover, we have built a reputation of being fruitful negotiators. Your reputation eventually does count points in the eyes of third parties with whom you may negotiate in future. Win-win makes good business sense, where persons value their relationship. Both sides get some things that they justifiably need. You can both live with the agreement. Both of you see the outcome as a victory, something positive. You see it as the fruit of your successful negotiation. This will make you want to use this method of decision-making again. The deal truly makes sense, and we both think so. Psychologically, the deal is satisfying. Additionally, there are real benefits in the deal for both of us. It does not merely appear satisfactory, it genuinely satisfies our true needs. On analysis, any neutral party would think so. We too believe it. We are all winners. So the first possible outcome is I win and you win. Win-win. But the second possible outcome is I win, you lose. If this is your aim, you probably are not a negotiator at all. You regard negotiation as a game where you test your wits and willpower against that of your opponent. Your motivation is self-interest. You will probably miss many profitable deals because you are not making it attractive to your opponent to deal with you. Your opponent might simply try to prevent you from taking advantage. He might prefer to walk away from the deal instead of letting you exploit him. Then you will miss a deal-making opportunity. This may cause a situation of I lose but you lose too. Yet sometimes it will not harm you to adapt or to adopt this attitude. This usually is the case where neither you nor your opponent cares about your relationship. Probably you will never negotiate with this person again. If you have enough power, you might adopt the attitude of take it or leave it. It could be risky though. The other person might decide to leave it. In the process, you might miss profitable deals. Worse, if your opponent decides to walk away from the deal, you might have to go after him, revealing your keenness to make a deal. However, if I win and you lose in a situation where our relationship is important, it could seriously backfire on me later. My victory may have the opposite effect to what I intended. It may prove to be a hollow victory with only short-term benefits. The third possible outcome is I lose and you win. On the face of things, this is not a desirable outcome. I concede everything while you gain everything. I allow you to take advantage of me. Yet sometimes it is more practical for you to lose. This is true when the relevant issue is unimportant to you in relation to the time you must invest to get a better deal. A simple example can illustrate what I mean. It makes no sense to negotiate over the price of a cola. Considering the time you will need to get a better price, it will not be worth your while. On the other hand, if you want to buy 10,000 colas, it would decidedly make business sense to spend time to get a better price. You should consider losing when other issues are more important than the current issue, or where you do not want to jeopardize your position on other issues. When time is against you because you are facing a deadline, it might be in your interest to lose by making the deal. To get a deal where everyone wins takes time and thorough preparation. You just might not have the time. The fourth possibility is I lose and you lose. A walkout is a good example where both sides lose. Neither you nor I get anything for our trouble. There is no deal. A deadlock is another example where we both lose. First, we have wasted our time negotiating. Second, our deadlock may harm our future relationship. It may even cause court cases or unsavory consequences. Additionally, both of us can still be losing even where we have reached agreement. This will be the case even when we do make a mutually satisfactory decision. How is this possible? In the process, we might have spent too much time and energy. For instance, workers may strike to force the employer to agree to their demands. The strike, which lasts 2 weeks, causes the workers to lose 2 weeks' pay. If they eventually succeed in getting 1% more, the 2 weeks' pay loss will cause them to be worse off for the next 50 weeks. Only then would they have recovered the cost of the strike. The workers have lost wages and the employer has lost 2 weeks' production. Each side has lost. It's even possible to lose on both sides where we do succeed in making a satisfactory decision. This will be the situation where we have irretrievably harmed our relationship. On its own, the solution we have agreed upon for our conflict is very profitable, but we have ruined our relationship. So, your aim with the negotiation is important. Is it I win, you win? Or is it I win, you lose? Or is it I lose, you win? Or is your aim I lose and you lose? Your aim will determine the outcome. Be sure you know what you want to achieve and choose your tactics accordingly. For more helpful tutorials on negotiation to help you make profitable deals, like me on Facebook or visit my website henkbotha.com. I'm Henk Botha. Thank you for watching.